Hi you guys, welcome back to the Clean Beauty Code. I'm very excited for today because we're talking about bronzer, and bronzer is the product that I just was terrified of for so long, because in high school and in college people were looking a little oompa loompa-ish, a little carrot-ish. I'm just gonna say it. The spray tans did not help in bronzer's defense though. The spray tans did not help in bronzer's defense. But I feel like until like maybe 3 years or 4 years out of college, I really just like didn't use it. And then 4 years out of college or 3 years out of college, I can't remember when, I kind of decided, okay, I want my face to not just be one-dimensional when I'm applying makeup. Like sometimes it just ended up looking really one-dimensional and I didn't love that. So I dabbled in bronzers and I never looked back. And I'm very excited to talk about the ones I have in front of me here, because we have creams, shimmer, matte, powder, and I feel like these are just amazing clean beauty bronzers that just, I mean, they are so good. So I'm really excited to talk to you about them. I also have the tools I like to use with them in front of me, so I can kind of show you what brushes or sponges or whatever I like to use, because I find with all of these, they kind of need different application processes to work. So yeah, if you're excited for this video, more videos like this, then please like and subscribe. And without further ado, let's talk about clean beauty bronzers. Okay, let's talk powder, because I'm really excited about this one. If you've ever used the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, you're gonna love this stuff. Now this is so similar to that. It does not have that smell, but everything, the way it sits on the skin, the way it performs is really, really similar. So this is the Lawless Summer Skin Velvet Matte Bronzer in the color Blazed. This is the darker of the two colors. Now this is really dark for me. Unless I'm tan. Like this will be my like tan color. I have the lighter color as well. I use that all the time. That is kind of my go-to. But if you are a darker complexion than me, this might work really, really well for you. This is also really warm in tone, this one specifically, which works when I'm more tan. But right now, I would not use this color specifically, but it's really, really good. The other color they have is Sunkissed, I believe. That's the other color. That one is really nice. If you're my complexion, a little bit darker and obviously lighter, it would work really, really well for you. The way I like to apply this is I have two brushes I like to, actually, no, I'm sorry, I have three brushes I like to apply this with. I like to either apply it with a brush like this. It's really fluffy and it's really good for just swirling in the product and applying and it not being very aggressive. This is when I want kind of a medium application of it. I don't want to be super, super aggressively bronzed, but I want there to kind of be a punch packed. Then I'll use something like this. If I want a really light application, I'll kind of use a brush like this. That is just really light in application. I really like brushes like this and brushes like this. And then if I want like a very precise application of it, I'll use something like this. This type of brush is hard to find. This is the Scott Barnes 65, and I really like this when I apply it. It really gives your face beautiful contours. This is really, really nice, and this is for a nice precise application, whereas this is kind of more of an all-over brush, and this is the Real Techniques blush brush, and this stuff is so, so nice. I have no idea what this is, like what brand or the name of it, but this is an amazing brush, and when it applies it, it's a stippling brush, and the way it applies it is just amazing, and it's a really, really fluffy one. So this is really nice for light application, and I really like it. I really like how this product performs, and I think if you are a really big fan of a more traditional bronzer, you will really like this. It just is really, really beautiful. Okay, next, we're moving on to creams. Okay, let's talk about this one first. So this is the Tower Beauty Bronzino in the color West Coast. Okay, this is the hardest thing on earth to open. I'm taking cuticle scissors right now and just putting it underneath the thing just so I can open it, because I can't open it with my fingernails. can't do it. I literally can't. It's so hard. But I really like this. This is a great color if you're my complexion, even a little bit darker and lighter. This is amazing, amazing, amazing. I really like this. This is the lighter of the two colors. So there's West Coast. I want to say one's called Best Coast, but I feel like that's wrong. Whatever the second one is really, really nice too. The way it swatches is beautiful. The undertones are great. Now I want to just kind of swatch on my finger first. You can kind of see, and then I want to apply it on my hand just so you can kind of see what the pigmentation is like. It is really, really, really nice. This wears really beautifully. I like to use two kind of application processes with this. This has a little bit of a shimmer to it, but it's not super aggressive. Like, you're not gonna end up looking like Edward Cullen. I just feel like I wanna say that. You're not gonna end up looking insane. It's a beautiful shimmer. It wears really, really beautifully, and I really enjoy it. I'm not a huge fan of shimmery products all the time, but this is amazing. And the way that I like to apply it is with this stippling brush. Now this is the Real Techniques. I love Real Techniques brushes, if you can't tell. And this is their stippling brush. Now, I like to kind of pat it in or swirl it in, however you want to apply it, and then just pat it on the face. I do not blend this one out with a brush. Do not do that. It just sometimes can end up looking crazy. And then I like to take a sponge. This is also disgusting, and I'm so sorry. And then blend it out with that. And I really, really like that. It's beautiful. Another great way to apply this is with your fingers. I mean, that's the easiest way to apply anything, is just with your fingers. And then again, I do like to blend it out with a sponge, but you don't have to when you use your fingers. You really don't. This is beautiful. It works really well on makeup, on bare skin. This works really well on makeup and bare skin. This is just really, really, really nice. And out of all of the ones I'm showing you today, in terms of undertone, I really enjoy this one the most. It is beautiful. I am a huge fan of this. Minus the fact that you literally cannot get in to get the product, and then unless you have something else to like prop it open, but that's fine. All right. I want to talk about the Tarte bronzer, the cream bronzer that has come out kind of relatively recently. I really like this. So I actually got the smaller of the two. If I have the option to get the smaller one, I will, because I just don't get through the product. I mean, I just don't. Do you agree with me? I just feel like I don't use it aggressively enough. I kind of just dab it in and kind of give my face contour. So I like something that's a little bit smaller, so I'm not wasting product. But this is the bronzer. It's beautiful. This is the cream bronzer in Seychelles. I'm definitely saying that wrong. I'm gonna link. I'm gonna let you know down below which ones I actually use, so that you can, if you're my complexion, you can easily find the color that you want. But this is amazing. I really like this. So again, I like to use a stippling brush with this. So I dab it in, and with this one, I will stipple it on, and then I can, and it ends up working out beautifully if I blend it out with this brush too. However, I don't necessarily always like to use that, and I always like to have a sponge on hand to blend out any bronzer I use. So even powder bronzer, because sometimes you can go on with powder bronzer and just sometimes look scary. So it's nice to have something like this to kind of tone it down, and I always kind of use a sponge for that. But I really like this stuff. It's matte, it's beautiful. The the undertone is really nice. Let me swatch it. So this actually has a lot of colors in it. I will say it has a decent amount of colors in it, and this is on one of the lighter ones, if not the lightest one. Let me kind of show you. Okay, I feel like this is tough to kind of see, but this is the color. I really enjoy this blended out. It gives me a really nice contour. So it's not just, in this case, like a true bronzer. For me, this is a really nice just contour to the face. I'm actually wearing it today. I really, really like it. It sits beautifully on makeup. It performs beautifully. This is so dirty. I'm so sorry. I just realized that. Oh my God, I need to clean my stuff. But I really, really like it. I would love to know actually down below if you've used any of these, if you want to use any of these, if you've been wondering about these, let me know down below. I am going to link all the tools I kind of mentioned down below so that you can take a look at that. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one, guys. Bye.